Hello, friends. Glenda Mollett here. Welcome to my craft room. It is Monday, November the 18th. Oh my God, Monday's almost over. I mean, November's almost over. And I have a cute card for you using the More Than Autumn bundle. So let me get this shared over to my VIP group and then we'll get started. So, how is everybody today? Did you have a good weekend? I certainly did. I got to do a lot of stuff in my craft room. And I went to a volunteer appreciation dinner on Saturday. We had family dinner Friday night, volunteer dinner Saturday night, and leftover Sundays. It was amazing. No cooking all weekend. I love it. All right. So today I am going to be using the More Than Autumn bundle. So there's the stamp set. I don't usually buy these coffee themed sets. There's the dies. Oops, there's the dies. Good morning, Kin. Oh, you had a good weekend? Awesome. So I don't usually buy the coffee themed bundles because I don't drink coffee. But for some reason, this one really called to me. So we're going to be making this card today. And I have the wheel of names all set up to do my Share It Saturday draw from November the 9th. And tonight it's pre-order night for demonstrators for the new January to April catalog, and I am loving some of the stuff in there. Holy Aunt Jemima, my list is like, every time I go through the catalog, my list gets longer and longer. Now, the catalog will release to customers on January the 7th, along with Celebration. So we're once again having Celebration. Yay! Usually it is with every $60 minimum order, you get to choose something free out of the brochure, the Celebration brochure. They've upped it a bit this year, and it's $75 order now instead of $60. But the good news is that my draw board is still at $60. I have not upped the minimum for my draw board yet. What else can I tell you? Oh, class registration is open for this class, for my More Than Autumn class in January. Can't remember the dates. There's a Sunday in person and a Friday in person. Let me get the dates because I took my poster down to my studio and I don't have it in front of me. So the More Than Autumn class, the virtual one, is Thursday, January the 9th at 6:30 Pacific time. The in-person one is either Saturday the 11th at 1 o'clock or Tuesday the 14th at 1 o'clock. So there's lots of choices. It also has a tutorial only option. Hi, Wendy. And the monthly tutorial subscription. So what that is you buy a minimum of 3 months tutorial. So you get 3 different tutorials, $15 a month for a total of $45. And you get the tutorials for the 3 class cards plus an exclusive tutorial for that only my monthly subscribers get. And they're all themed around the same bundle. So in January, it's More Than Autumn. And you're going to love these cards. I love these cards, and I don't do coffee. So registration's open now, and I put the link in the description of the video wherever you're watching this. YouTube, it's down there. Hit that subscribe button while you're there. And Facebook, it could be there or it could be there. I don't know where they put it. So the link is in my link tree. So just click on link tree and then it will have the link to register for the More Than Autumn class. Okay, enough of me nattering and carrying on, right? It's time to get serious. It's stamping time. Ooh-hoo. Oh, get me a little bit. I don't like it when my grid lines are crooked. Yes, I'm OCD to the max, people. Things have to be straight with me. So here's the card we're going to make today. Pardon me, that stupid frog in my throat. So it uses the Forever Plaid embossing folder. Can you see that? Oh, I forgot to get my machine. Holy man. Hang out and look at the card for half a sec while I get my machine. I'm coming. Our oldest grandson is here today doing his transition between home and going to curling this morning. He's homeschooled, so he had an hour's Zoom in there that he had to do with his advisor, and he wanted to do it in my craft room because of the table. So I don't know why he didn't go down to the kitchen and do it, but anyways, so I had to kick him out. That's why I'm a couple of minutes late, and I didn't get my machine because I was discombobulated. Okay, so back to this. So this is a 3D embossing folder, which means you need to use the specialty plate with it. And I will show you the sandwich when I go to do it. But I love how it gives all that texture in the background. But we have to make sure we do the blending on it first, because you get a totally different look when you do the blending first and then emboss. Then if you emboss and then do the blending after that, I might just do it the alternate way so you actually can see what the difference is, because it works in the background for any number of bundles, not just the More Than Autumn bundle. And there's the pie on the inside. Who doesn't like pumpkin pie? Tell me in the comments. Let me know, do you like pumpkin pie? I love pumpkin pie. I'd eat pumpkin pie over apple pie any day of the week or breakfast. Because, apple pie is fruit and it's good to have fruit for breakfast, right? Okay, card base is pumpkin pie. And I have a piece of 5¼ by 4 for the inside, a piece of copper clay that is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 to go on the front. I wanted there to be a little bit more of the pumpkin showing. Hello, Jackie. Then I have a piece of basic white that is 5 by 3 3/4, and that's the one we're going to do all the work on. And then 3 by 4.5 ish, like a bunch of pieces to do the stamping and cutting. And then I have a 1/2 by 4-inch strip to do the sentiment. And we are going to have fun with this one today. Nobody's commenting, letting me know anything. Okay, so I'm going to start with the embossing. And once I tell you what I'm using, Memento ink and pumpkin pie. Then I will be coloring with pumpkin pie combo, copper clay combo, light smoky slate, dark crumb cake, and then the color lifter. And of course, Wink of Stella, because what card is complete without Wink of Stella? Oh, Kim, do you like this bundle? Oh no, you like pumpkin pie. Oh yes. Man. And I don't usually like soft, mushy things. I'm a hard, crunchy, salty person. So that's my flavor profile that I go to. But for some reason, I just love pumpkin pie. Okay, here's the stamp set. It has some really cute coffee, hot chocolate, latte themed things, as well as a donut and the cake or the pie. And that's probably what sold me on this set, was the pie and the donut. That can be marshmallows or ice cubes, depending on what drink you're putting in here. Then, of course, there's all the small things and a cinnamon stick and a straw. How cute is that? And then there's the dies that cut all of these pieces out, as well as some words. So there is cocoa and pumpkin and apple. And then let me just put these back, because then I won't lose them. And then there's hot and spice and season. And then there's latte and coffee. Well, that's all right. You're allowed to answer the phone. So there's lots of different things that you can do with this bundle. It's very versatile. It has a donut cutout, it has the pie cutout, and this cuts out the whipped cream, but this one cuts out just the top of the whipped cream. So you can have whipped cream on your pie as well. What? Okay, I didn't know that until I think it was Shanna that was doing a video, Facebook Live, and she used it, and it was like an aha moment because I had no idea that it was in this set at all. All right, and then I'm going to use the Forever Plaid embossing folder and finish off with adhesive back dappled dots. And they come in pretty in pink, gray granite, and peach pie. And I'm mixing in some adhesive back swirl dots that go with our other coffee themed bundle that's on one part of our online exclusive offering. All right. So don't forget, if you're enjoying my video, to hit those emojis. So let Facebook know that you'll like it. It just makes it go out to more people. Okay, so, and this one, I did the blending first and then embossed it. And I'm going to emboss first and do the blending, just so I can show you what the difference is between the two. Now, this is a hybrid embossing folder. No, this is a 3D embossing folder, which means it's one of our thicker ones. So the recipe for that is plate number 1, which is your thick base plate. Then your embossing folder with the hinge going this way, because I'm going to run it through hinge first. If you all should always try to do your embossing folders through hinge first, because if not, you could pop the hinge. It's okay to put them in and go this way. Of course, these big ones are not going to fit in that way, but you don't need to. But if you have one of the shorter ones, it can go in this way. But don't ever put them in this way, because if this gets even a millimeter of out of sync, like where it lines up, if you don't have it in there properly, by the time you get to this end, one end is longer than the other, and that's what pops your hinge. Now, if that does happen, just use some packing tape on it. It works really well. Yes, it happened in one of my classes years ago, and I learned the hard way to make sure people know to put it in hinge first. But once I shared with my people to put it in hinge first, we haven't had any more incidents, thank goodness. Just cleaning off my plate here. My friend Leanne said the other day that she needs to go and give her plates a bath. I thought, what would you give your plates a bath for? Well, apparently it takes all the paper bits out of it. So I'm going to try this afternoon and see what happens. Haven't been able to yet. Okay, so I have my white cardstock, and it is now embossed. So I'm going to grab the pumpkin pie ink and my blending brush, and I'm going to put the ink blending on the background with the embossing done, and we'll see what the difference is. Because you may like it better one way than you like it the other way. So this will be really smooth and everything will be the same. But by embossing first and putting the color on next, you actually get a different look to it, because it grabs on the embossed pieces and they will stand out where the background will be nice and soft. So that's all it takes. But you can see the difference between this one, and it's grabbed the ink more on the raised areas than this one. And they're both good, right? I'll try to do it so you can actually see them together. There you go. So there's no right or wrong. It's just which look you're looking for. Okay, so there's the background. That's that done. And I'm going to grab my stamping pieces now. because we have a lot of stamping to do. And then we got to die cut. So we're gearing up here for a terrible, terrible rainstorm. Oh man, tell you. We're supposed to have tomorrow alone, we're supposed to have 100 millimeters of rain. Can you imagine? We're going to be drowning. Okay, and I need that to do another one. And now I need the pie. So I don't think I'll be going anywhere tomorrow. So I have the cream and the cup and the pie, and I need to do another one for the other cream and cut just the top of it out. There we are. I don't need that piece after all. So we'll die cut those. And while I've got this open, let's just go ahead and stamp the sentiment. Now I'm going to cut these out individually, so it doesn't matter which order I stamp them in. It's just whatever order I grab. And one more. Pumpkin spice season. Now I'm going to put a pumpkin in the middle of the coffee cup. Like that. Okay, so we'll die cut those. Now let me grab my inside piece. And we're going to stamp the pie. Like that. Now, where's my mask? I just thought of something. Because on my original one, I stamped and die cut another whipped cream for the top that. And I was going to try something different, but I already stamped no. I was going to try to stamp the whipped cream and use a mask so that all I stamped was the top part of the whipped cream and then put the pie over top of it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So let me just grab this and I'm just going to stamp the top on here so I can cut that out. Then I didn't ink it enough. Oh well. Oh, good morning, Terry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Terry was in an accident on the weekend and was injured. So I'm sending you all the healing vibes, Terry. You never know when you leave the house what's going to happen. Okay. Pumpkin pie. Oh, I got this one. That. And when you're doing these die cuts, the longer you take to line it up, the better it's going to be. Oh, Kim says she's supposed to get a big snow. Well, it's that time of the year. We're going north to north central British Columbia at Christmas to visit our northern grandchildren for Christmas. And of course, their parents. But I'm only there mostly for the grandchildren. And the past few years, we go up there because it's Blake's birthday on the 6th of December. So we usually go up for his birthday if we're not going up for Christmas. And the past few years, there has been no snow. So I feel like I was ripped off. Because I love the snow. I love going out and playing in the snow with the kids. And they have a like a festival thing that happens. And you can go and meet Santa and they put a big, huge pile of snow in a parking lot so the kids can go and slide down this big pile of snow. And we haven't been able to do it the past 2 years because there hasn't been any snow. But this year, there's supposed to be snow. But I think we're going to miss the festival. I think it's over before we get up there. But that's okay, because I can still go sliding with the grandchildren, make snow angels. One year we went up there and there was so much snow. Our grandson decided he was going to build an igloo, but it wasn't really an igloo. It was more like a hole in the snowbank. And so he dug this all out right down to the almost to the grass, and it was taller than him. So the grandkids would get in there and we'd lose them because we couldn't see them. But it was fun. But we haven't had snow like that in a while. Oh, Jackie, isn't that interesting? Jackie says her second grandson, Jonah, is also December the 6th. Nice. We have Maggie's birthday is in June, and her date is the 12th, so she's 12/6. And Blake is the 6th of December, so he's 6/12. I will never forget the birthdays again. Yes, I did at one point. It's not good when grandma forgets what day. Oh, well, you know, let's do some coloring because there's a bit of coloring in this card. So what do you think of the background? Do you like, which one do you like better? The one that I blended before I embossed, or the one that I embossed and then blended? Do you have an opinion of which one you like better? I think with this one and the bright, cheerful colors, that doing the embossing first. So this is dark crumb cake that I'm using here. Doing the embossing first and then coloring it is okay because it grabs the embossed lines and makes it a little bit funner. But if I was going to do a flower or something, like have a floral card, I would not want to do that. I would want to have a softer background. But this pumpkin spice card carries it really well. Okay, so I didn't do a lot of blending on this, but let's do it. Embossed and then blended, says Terry, and blended and then embossed, says Jackie. That's good, because we can always have two opinions, right? I'm going to do a little bit of blending on this. And I'm going to leave a little bit of area that's a little bit lighter. So to do that, you can either do it all the same color and then use your lifter, or you can leave a white spot in the center and just go from there. So I'm just adding in the dark area. And maybe a little bit down there. And I got a good base on, so it's blending itself in well. But then I'm going to grab the light again. Oh, and Kim says blend first. Now we're going to go over top of where the dark was and blend it in. And I haven't touched that center yet. So now at the very end, I'm just going to go I'm not pushing the pen. I'm just letting it float over the top, and it will give you some lighter areas in there. So we do that again. So you put light pumpkin pie all over and leave an area that's undone. And that's probably right where now I look at it, it's right where the whipped cream is gonna go. Weird. Okay, and then go in with the dark. And it always gets darker at the crust. And then this will just give it a little bit of a shadow for make it a little bit more 3D. And then just go down the edge a little bit, like that. And we'll go over top with the light pumpkin pie. And I'm still avoiding that centerpiece. Get that all blended in, and then I'm going to lightly go over the top and give it a little bit of depth. And you see how I did that? Okay, so now this is ready to go, except I have to put the whipped cream on. So for this, I'm using just a little bit of light smoky slate, just on those lines there, just to add a little bit of depth to it. And then I don't want it to be too in my face. I got my color lifter, and I'm just going to go right over the top of those areas, and it will just blend it out a bit and make it a little bit lighter, because I don't want it to be like gray whipped cream, but you want to give it a little bit of color. Uh-oh. Pardon me, I lost my glue. There. So we will put that on top of our pie. As soon as I find what I did with my scissors. I know I should be using tweezers, but my scissors are more handy. There we go. A little bit of whipped cream on the pumpkin pie. What do you think? Good enough to eat? Okay, so on the front, we've got our pie. And here's the other whipped cream. We'll do the same thing for that. Just a little bit of smoky slate and some color lifter to blend it out a bit. And you notice I'm only going over it once because it's like the bleach technique. Do you remember the bleach technique we used to do where you stamped in using bleach and you had to stamp it and let it sit and do its thing? That's what this is like. You have to do it and then let it sit there and do its thing. I'm going to get this on top of my pie before I lose it. There we go. Okay, pumpkin pie's done. And we'll do the big whipped cream that's going on top of the latte. Now, do you guys like lattes? Or is this hot chocolate for you? I don't drink coffee. So this for me is a white hot chocolate. That's what's in my mug. I can't have chocolate because of my migraines. I don't like lattes. So I will have a white hot chocolate. Okay, there's our whipped cream. Now we're going to do our cup. So I'm going to use copper clay, and this is the light. And I'm going to go over all of it except for that spot in the middle. I'm going to leave a little bit in the middle of the top and the bottom, just so I can go back in and do that technique of leaving it light in the center. There we go. And the same thing down here, right to the bottom. Then I'm going to go in with my dark and add some highlights. There we go. And add in some dark. You don't see the top lift because ledge because it's covered with the whipped cream. I'm just adding a bit. Right around the edges. Like that. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, that looks awful. It does. It looks awful. Well, it doesn't look what I like it to look like. So then you go back in with the light and you just blend that all together. And it looked like that because I didn't get a good base on. Now I'm going to go right over top of the center, just floating my pen over it without pushing down. Do the same thing down here, just blend all those two colors together and then go over the top of the whole very lightly. And it's just that easy to color and leave light highlights on there. Okay, now we got to do the pumpkin pie, or the pumpkin, sorry. I did the pie already. I'm going to do the pumpkin. So I'm going all over with the light, and I'm going to leave an area in the center of that pumpkin that's also undone. So I'm leaving the area so that they're all in a row because light sources usually are. And I'm just going to do a little bit of blending the top and the bottom. Go back over top with the light and then just float over the top of my pumpkin. Now, do you think I should do a straw or a cinnamon stick or leave it the way it is? You guys are awfully quiet out there today. Holy man. Just working up. So don't forget that starting in January, or no, starting in December, I'm moving my 9:30 Facebook Live to 10 o'clock. We're going to try a different time for a bit, see how it works. Except for, I think it's the 9th. No, it's the 16th. So I have a long-standing dentist appointment for the 16th at 10 o'clock. So I won't be live at 10 on December the 16th. I will be live at 8:30. Oh, that's going to be ugly. Kim's coloring. Cool. Okay, so now we can put the card together because we've got all of our stuff done. So let's put the embossed cardstock on first. A little bit of Stamp and Seal here. And onto the Cajun Craze layer. These are such fun fall colors. Oh, I have to tell you a really funny story. So when I first started ordering Stampin' Up, one of my orders got flagged at the border, and they said that it wasn't going anywhere. They needed to talk to the receiver. So I called UPS back in the day when you could do that. And she says to me, "Madam," in this hoity-toity voice, "you cannot import chocolate chips and pumpkin pies into Canada from the US." I was floored. It's like, what are you talking about? Then I realized that she was looking at the names of the cardstock I had ordered. So I said to her, "Ma'am," with all due respect, in the haughty voice that she was using, "you need to get your head out of your Batinsky and read the rest of the sentence that says cardstock, because I am not importing pecan or pumpkin pies and chocolate chips. I am importing cardstock. Oh, oh, well, like, oh, woman, you gotta read. So she was reading that there was pumpkin pies and chocolate chips in a box on its way to me. Nope, there's not. So my order came shortly thereafter, once she realized that she made a mistake. No kidding, Einstein. Okay, so I put dimensionals on those. I'm putting dimensionals on the sentiment. Nobody said whether I should have a straw or a cinnamon stick in there. So I guess we'll just leave it the way it is. All right. First step is to put the cup on. And then in January, I am going to, no, February. I think it's the end of February. I won't be live on Facebook anymore. I'll be only live in my YouTube channel. Okay, and we'll put the eye on here, and it's overlapping that cup a little bit. And I need pumpkin. Pumpkin. Spice. Not upside down, though. And I'm only putting one end in because I have to figure out if they're straight first. Season. To do that, I have to lift them up because they all look straight to me until I look at them head on. Of course, I could have done it in a jaunty angle too. And a little bit there. There we go. Now, put some winky on here. And I'm just going to do a little bit on there, the pumpkin, a little bit on there, and just once down there. And a couple of swoops on the coffee, and we're done. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. I forgot whether I did that whipped cream or not. Now, put the inside in. Why won't I be live on Facebook? Because the program that I use to go live on Facebook and YouTube is changing its pricing structure. And my annual subscription to them runs out at the end of February. And they are going from $10 a month to $42 a month. So unless I find an alternative, I won't be able to go live in two places at once. I can go live in one or the other. I forgot to do this, but I'm going to do that. Remember I told you I was thinking of doing that, stamp the whipped cream first. Let's see if this is going to work the way I would like it to work. First of all, I need to grab some masking paper. And got a slice here. So let's use this. And I need to stamp my whipped cream. Yeah, I know that's quite the increase, isn't it, Peggy? I don't know how they expect small businesses to be able to survive. But anyways, it is what it is. I am looking. I have a couple of leads. I just haven't been able to. I don't have the time yet to do some in-depth investigation into it. Okay, so I've stamp my whipped cream on here. And this is masking paper. And I'm just going to I'm going to cut it out. This is a little finicky to do, but if it works the way I want it to work, it's going to be worth it. I want to stamp the whipped cream and have just a top on top of my cup. So I'm going to cut off that piece that I want to show on the pie and just have the bottom half of this. So when I stamp it, it will stamp only the top part of that whipped cream. Does that make sense? And just down the side here. And I'm not worried about the bottom because that's where the cup is going to be. Okay, so now here's the envelope. And I'm going to put, where's my pie? I need to figure out how far up it needs to go. Okay, so it needs to go right about there. No, right about there. Will that be? Yeah, I can make that work. Okay, so I've got this. Now I'm going to take some of the rest of that masking paper and just go mask off the bottom too. Okay, let's experiment. I have full disclosure, I have not done this before. So let's do it together and see what happens. So I'm inking up in Memento and I've got the mask here, so it's masking the bottom part of the whipped cream and it should only stamp the top part. So pardon my head while I get in here because I have to line this up. There we go. Now, when I take this off, oh, it did it a little bit on the side. Oh, that's annoying. I guess I cut it too close. But that's okay because you're going to get the idea, right? Now, I'm going to go into here and I've got a mask for the whipped cream itself. Nope, that's not going to work. Where's that little piece I cut off? I probably threw it away, right? Oh no, it's still on here. Okay, now let's just cut this out. Because now I want the other part. And it goes, that's the top, so it's the bottom I want. Okay, now I'm going to put mask over the top of the whipped cream. Like that. And when I stamp my pie, of course, I have these lines in here because I cut this part too close. So I need to make another one of those and cut it a bit further off. But when I do this, and now I'm going to remove, and there we go. We got the whipped cream is right on top of the pie. Is that not cool? So you never know what you're going to learn when you come here. So this one, I've cut the bottom so I can put it down and then use the cup to stamp, and it will be sitting on top of the cup. So I could have used that too, but I think the whipped cream in proportion to the pie might not be what I want. I don't know whether I could do the pie. Oh, it would be bigger than the pie. But if I hadn't got those extra little lumps in there, it looks like the whipped cream is sitting right on top of the pie. I love that. That's awesome. Okay. Well, what do you think, people? What do you think? Oh, I didn't put the bling on. Oh, man. Ooh, I was just about to say, well, that's it. Let's do the draw. But now I have to put the bling on. So I'm using the dark ones, which are pecan pie, I do believe. And we'll just put one in there. And we'll put one down here. And then I'm going to grab, so that's the swirl dots. Now I'm going to grab the dappled dots. And I'm going to use the pumpkin pie ones. Put one there. Put one up here. I need one more. Is there little ones that? Oh, these are all one size. I never noticed that. Huh. Oh well. Here we go. Oh, thanks, Peggy. Oh, Jackie, thank you. You know, sometimes it's all about experimenting and trying something new and see where it goes. It's only cardstock, right? It's not life threatening. So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. All right, I'm just organizing my space here so I can get to my computer to do the draw because somebody's going to win a card. A card and a little gifty from me. Okay, almost there. On my list. Bring in my computer over and find my mouse. That's the next step. Hello. Oh, I didn't plug my phone in. Oh well, it's down to 72%. Good. It's good to go. Okay, now I have to get my computer on Wheel of Names. Go back here. Do this. Go to Wheel of Names. There we go. And this is for Share It Saturday for November the 9th. So I'm going to delete that as soon as I find the delete button. Delete and delete the row. Then I'm going to hit shuffle once, shuffle twice. And somebody is going to win a card from me and a little gifty. And that winner is Allison. Allison D. number 2. There we go. Congratulations, Allison. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to go back over here. And then I'm going to do that just so I can watch comments. There we go. So congratulations, Allison. I'm glad somebody local got it because I can drop that off to her. I don't have to wait for the postal strike to be over. Because yes, our darling Canada Post went on strike on Friday night, right at the time of the year where everybody's getting ready to send their Christmas stuff. Can you imagine? I'm hoping it doesn't last long because my pile is growing. So on Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember which day. No, it was Tuesday because Monday was a holiday. Tuesday, I went to the post office and I had like a stack. There we are, a stack about this big, the stuff I had to mail off. And my stack now is back to this big. So I'm going to be utilizing drive around and drop things off because I can do that to local people, but I can't do that for my out of town clubs. So Terry, if you are still there, I am going to Powell River on Friday and coming home Saturday. So I will be dropping your club stuff and your mom's club stuff off with her probably on the way home on Saturday night, but I will let her know that. So there we are. We're done. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and go out and enjoy the outside or stay inside and enjoy your craft room. That's where I'm going to be. Except I get my COVID shot this afternoon. So, ah, gonna hurt. My arms don't like COVID shots, but I get them anyways. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. for the paper pumpkin. Now, this month they've got these cute little fabric stockings in it. I don't think I'll be making one of those. We might be using the tags as cards. That'll probably be what it is. But tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, I will be stamping with that. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon in my craft room. Stamp and smiles. Bye for now.